You are going to die. Not someday, not in the distant future. At some point, your heart will beat for the last time. Most people spend their entire lives refusing to think about that moment. But what actually happens inside your body in the seconds and minutes after that final heartbeat is one of the strangest biological sequences ever recorded. The real answer is far stranger than you think. Death does not happen all at once. That is the first thing science has changed about how we understand the end of life. For most of human history, death was seen as a single moment. A switch flipped, a candle snuffed out. But the biology tells a completely different story. Death is a process, and parts of you keep going long after you stop. Here is what actually happens. In the final seconds before clinical death, your brain does something no one expected. A 2013 study led by Dr. Jimo Borjagan at the University of Michigan recorded the brain activity of dying subjects in the moments immediately after the heart stopped. The brain did not go quiet. It surged. Gamma wave activity, the kind associated with conscious thought, memory, and perception, spiked to levels higher than anything recorded during normal waking life. The dying brain was, by every measurable standard, more electrically active than the living one. What does that mean for you? No one can say with certainty, but it means the moment your heart stops is not silence. Something happens. A final cascade. A last organized burst of everything your brain has ever been. Your heart stops. A doctor looks at a clock. A time is written on a form. But inside your body, the story has barely started. Within seconds, your cells begin to panic. Every cell in your body runs on oxygen delivered by your blood. The moment circulation stops, that delivery system fails. Cells switch to emergency backup power. It is inefficient and desperate, and it produces a toxic byproduct called lactic acid, the same burning you feel in your muscles during hard exercise. Now it has nowhere to go. Your brain is the first to suffer. It consumes roughly 20% of your body's oxygen, despite being only 2% of your body's weight. When the supply cuts off, brain cells begin to die within 4 to 6 minutes. Not all at once, in a wave. The parts of you that think, remember, and feel go dark in sequence. But some of your cells keep going. For hours, even days. In 2021, Dr. Sam Parnia and his team at New York University published findings that challenged what medicine thought it knew about the boundary between life and death. Individual cells, deprived of oxygen, do not simply die. They activate internal emergency protocols. They attempt to repair themselves. They fight. Your skin cells can remain alive for several days after death. Your bone marrow cells can survive for up to 4 days. A 2022 study published in Scientific Reports found that certain genes actually increase their activity after death. Genes linked to immune response and stress, as if the body is attempting to restart itself at the molecular level. Your body does not know it is supposed to be dead. On the outside, changes begin almost immediately. Your muscles release all at once. Every tension your nervous system has held your entire life. In your face, your jaw, your hands. Let's go completely. People who witness death describe a stillness they have never seen on a living face. That is because no living face is ever truly at rest. In death, all of it stops. Your skin begins to pale within minutes. Without circulation, blood sinks with gravity, pooling in the lowest parts of your body. This is called livor mortis. It begins within the first hour and becomes permanently fixed within about 12 hours. Forensic scientists use its pattern to determine whether a body has been moved. Then your muscles stiffen. Between 2 and 6 hours after death, rigor mortis sets in. Cells burning their last emergency fuel produce a molecule that normally allows muscles to relax. When that molecule runs out, the fibers lock. Your body goes rigid. This peaks around 12 hours and slowly reverses over the following 2 days as the proteins begin to break down. Now your body is being taken apart from the inside. The trillions of bacteria living in your gut, the organisms that helped you digest food and regulate your immune system your entire life, are still alive. Without your immune system to contain them, they begin to spread. They cross your intestinal walls. They enter your bloodstream. They consume you from the inside, releasing gases as they go. But this is not decay in the way most people imagine it. It is transformation. The carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and calcium assembled into you over your lifetime are being returned. They enter the soil. They are absorbed by roots. They become part of the food chain. A tree growing near where you are buried is, in a very literal biological sense, partly made of you. Dr. Jessica Metcalf, a microbial ecologist at Colorado State University, has shown that the sequence of bacteria and fungi that colonize a body after death is so consistent and predictable, it can be used to estimate time of death with remarkable precision. Your death does not create disorder. It creates a highly organized biological system that runs exactly as nature designed it. The universe built you carefully over billions of years of evolution. And when you are done, it takes you apart just as carefully. Here is what changes how you think about all of this. That surge of electrical activity in the dying brain, the one Dr. Borjigan recorded, may be responsible for the near-death experiences reported by millions of people across every culture and century. The tunnel of light, the overwhelming sense of peace, the feeling of leaving the body. These experiences, reported so consistently that they cannot easily be dismissed, may not be supernatural. They may be the last electrical symphony of a brain releasing everything it has in one final, extraordinary burst. You have been alive your entire life without ever fully understanding what that means. Your body has been running this impossibly complex machine, keeping you warm, keeping you conscious, keeping you, every second of every day. And when it finally stops, it does not simply stop. It surges, it fights, it transforms, it feeds the world that made it. You are going to die. But now you understand something most people spend their entire lives refusing to look at. The moment your heart beats for the last time is not an ending written in silence. It is the loudest moment your biology will ever produce.